Hey everybody, welcome back. This is episode number 22, and I hope you're as excited as I am to challenge the Pastoria Gym. You may also have noticed that we have a new member of our team, Mr. Viss, who will be part of our second team, but I will leave him with us for now, just because he's only level 19, and it would be good to get him a little bit more experience to sort of catch up with the others. So, plus we have a slot because we won't have our sixth member of our main team for quite a while yet. But yeah, the rest of our team is back to our normal team, and we will take them with us as we challenge the gym. Oh, before I do that though, I did want to use some TMs. I put a little bit of thought into it, and I think I know what I would like to do. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is use, let's see, Aerial Ace. You know, I guess I could probably teach that to Ace actually. I wasn't really, it's very appropriate that Ace would be using Aerial Ace. Yeah, hold that thought for now, but I think I'll actually do that, even though that wasn't something I thought about. U-turn. We have two U-turns, and I'm going to go ahead and teach them to two of our Pokemon, and I bet you can guess which two. They are going to be Win and Anna. Just because at this stage in the game, 70 base power is a pretty good move, and Bug is a pretty good attacking type. Now, unfortunately, that will mean getting rid of one of our two fighting type attacks, and because Low Sweep does quite a bit more damage, and has the nice bonus of lowering the opponent's speed stat, I think I will finally have to get rid of Power Punch. It's a shame, it's a great move, but 40 base power, at some point it's just not the best fighting attack to keep. So Win now has 4 moves of different types, and that should provide very good super effective coverage against quite a few Pokemon. And we will teach it to Anna as well, because she could also use some good coverage moves. Let's see, I think I'm going to get rid of Steel Wing, which is a little bit unfortunate because I don't think we really had too much of a chance to use it. And it would be good against fairy types, which otherwise, I guess we could use Fly against most fairy types though, or even Takedown, which also gets Stab. But yeah, what I really would use Steel Wing against is like rock types, but now that we have close combat, I really don't need that. So I think because Takedown is one of our stab attacks, and because I would use Takedown against like an electric type, for example, which would resist our flying attacks, I think U-turn just provides better coverage than Steel Wing. It's also more accurate, and it's kind of cool how U-turn and Volt Switch kind of cycle of our Pokemon. So I do like that. I think like 4 of our Pokemon are going to have U-turn and Volt Switch, at least for a little while, not for the end of the game. Win will probably keep U-turn for the rest of the game because it's a really good coverage move on Infernape. Actually, take that back. I think Anna is going to have it for the rest of the game, just because Staraptor cannot learn too many different types. But Win will have it just for a little while, and eventually we'll replace it with something else. Alright, so Bullet Seed I'm actually going to use on Ace. And I am going to replace Razor Leaf, which is kind of a shame because Razor Leaf is a good move. Actually, let's keep Razor Leaf for now. I'll use it just for a little bit. But I do want to replace the Bullet Seed in the not too distant future because Bullet Seed will do at least 50 base points of damage and it's 100% accurate, whereas Razor Leaf is only 95% accurate and does 55 base points. So the vast majority of the time, I guess 5/8 of the time, Bullet Seed will do more damage and sometimes a lot more. Now Razor Leaf does have an increased critical chance, so that's pretty nice, but I think in the long run, Bullet Seed will be the better option. And eventually we'll learn Leaf Blade, which is kind of like an upgraded Razor Leaf. At least I'm pretty sure it gets increased critical chance, but that'll be down the road. Okay, so actually Mr. Viss can learn Thunderbolt too, and we might buy one to teach to her, but I'll worry about that later. For now I do want to teach that to Billy, and because he will be in Electabuzz for probably a while yet, I don't think I'm going to evolve into Electivire until later on in the game, and because Electabuzz has higher special attack, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and get rid of Thunder Punch, and I'll keep Volt Switch. It's a little bit redundant, but I do like the idea of being able to like cycle our team really fast in a battle. That could be really useful. Alright, so I think, is that everything? We did the U-turns, we did Thunderbolt, and Bullet Seed will do in a little bit, so that should be everything. We could do Shockwave too, but I might as well just buy another Thunderbolt. Can't use Flamethrower. Drain Punch, nobody can learn. Just see if there are any others I didn't think about. Grass Knot we could give to Ace, but Ace is more of a physical attacker, and it's a special move. Oh, Aerial Ace, that's right. I do want to teach Aerial Ace to Ace appropriately, so let's do that. Actually, a lot of our Pokemon can learn. Mr. Viss can learn Aerial Ace, which is really weird. I wouldn't have thought that, but okay. Now, Mr. Viss is actually a special attacker, though, so Ooh, this is kind of a tough decision. So we actually do have pretty good coverage moves. Is there any Pokemon I would want to use Aerial Ace against? Yeah, like a Bug type, for example, would be good. So, as much as I really don't want to get rid of Synthesis, I think it could potentially be useful in some scenarios. There are just only 4 move slots and a lot of moves, so 4 it is. I remember in the really old seasons of the TV show, a lot of Pokemon could learn like infinite moves. Like I remember there was a guy named Drake, not the Ho in Elite Four, but a different Drake in the Orange League, whose Dragonite had like 10 different moves. But later on, they made it more like the games, where they could only use 4 at a time. The Gym Leader Crasher Wake, is a master of Water-type Pokemon. I'd say you've got guts if you try to face down Water types with Fire or Ground-type Pokemon. But that part I'll leave up to you. Go and have some good battles. Alright, so against Water types you want to use Grass and Electric, and we have both, so I think we should be in pretty good shape for this gym. Alright, so a bit of a puzzle as always. I guess these change the level of the tide. That's pretty cool. So yellow is low tide. I assume is there a red for like, oh, there's blue. I don't see a red. Maybe green is middle tide, blue is high tide? We'll play with that in a second, but let's face this tuber first. My body isn't the only thing I work on toughening up here. I also work on my Pokemon and my spirit. Good. Body, mind, and spirit was it the Romans that said it, or the Greeks? But yeah, swimming is a very good way to stay healthy and have fun at the same time. I say as someone who has not been swimming since before the pandemic started, but yeah, I do like to swim, just haven't had the opportunity. Alright, so we'll be probably using a lot of Razor Leaf in this gym, but after this Aqua Jet. Like I said, Leafeon has very good defensive stats, or sorry, very good defense. I shouldn't say defensive stats. Actually, its HP and its special defense are pretty low, but its defense is very high, so that's the trade-off there. And its attack and speed are pretty good too. Wow, trainer, you just might be tougher than our gym leader. Yeah, you think so? I think this might be another one we defeat with like one Pokemon. We'll see how it goes. Alright, I guess we really can't do anything else until we hit this button, so let's hit the button. But yeah, I am glad we have a strategy sort of long-term to balance things out. Make some of the later gym leaders maybe a little bit more challenging and therefore a little bit more interesting. Can't go over there yet. Alright, how about over here? No, okay. Well, there's got to be some way to go forward. So let's hit that button again. Alright, yeah, there's nothing else to do but hit the button. Alright. And maybe I can go... I can't go in the water, right? Oh, I can go in the water. You can wade in the water. That's cool. Alright, well. We are not the gym leader yet, who's right over there, Crasher Wake, but we can face this fisherman. I have mastery over the incredible power of water. You won't win. Oh, is he like an Aquamancer or a waterbender? Or just a fisherman? One Pokemon, it is a Barboach. Alright, Barboach is... I want to say water and ground, it could be just water. A lot of times I have trouble remembering like the pre-evolutions, whether they get their final forms sort of secondary type or not. But either way, it will be very weak to our Razor Leaf, which will defeat them with no trouble at all. But the kid wins anyway. I'm just bowled over. Well, maybe when you evolve your Barboach into a Whiscash, you'll have better luck. Probably not against a Leafeon, but... Alright, well this seems like the only button we can press, so... Press it we shall. Okay, I'm going to not hit that button right away, because sometimes the solution is not obvious. I've traveled all over the globe while raising Pokemon. This is the gym I've chosen. You'll find it a handful for sure. Alright, I imagine he also has water Pokemon. There are a lot of like water-based trainers in this game, clearly. And he has a Wingull. Alright, so Wingull is a little bit better against Leafeon than many of the Pokemon we faced in this gym so far. Looks like most of our moves are evenly effective, so Razor Leaf will be our best bet because it gets the same type attack bonus. Yeah, so we'll have Razor Leaf for a little while, maybe just this episode, and then I'll give it Bullet Seed, which I'll probably keep for a while. And eventually Leafeon will learn Leaf Blade, which is sort of, in some ways, its signature move. Other Pokemon can learn it, but I feel like when I think of Leaf Blade, I always think of, Well, I guess Sceptile comes to mind as well, but it also seems like a particularly suitable move for Leafeon. You're kind of top class though, why thank you. Especially from a world traveler, that means a lot. Alright, let's see what this button does. Ooh, okay. I like how these float too, that's really cool. Oh, we're back where we started. Now can we go... Oh, we can go a different way. Very cool. I want to become a strong trainer like Crasher Wake. One benefit to playing Brilliant Diamond instead of Platinum is that in these games, Leafeon actually will learn Leaf Blade at a much lower level than it would have learned in Platinum. Platinum was like 70 something, I think, like 72 maybe. So it would have been most of the game I would have gone without Leaf Blade. I could have taught it Seed Bomb, which is almost as good. 10 less base power and no increased crit chance. But, oh, Sap Sipper. I didn't realize Azurill could have Sap Sipper. So Sap Sipper is an ability that makes your Pokemon immune to grass attacks. And when it gets hit by a grass attack, its special attack or attack, whatever one I just said on screen, raises. So in this case, we'll have to use one of our other moves. Dig is our highest base power, so we'll go with that. Actually, you know what? Azurill is, I think, a normal and fairy type. Unlike Meryl and Azumarill, which are water and fairy types, I forgot that Azurill does not actually get, it might even just be, I think it's still part fairy type. It's hard to keep track, but it does not get water type until it evolves, which is really kind of weird, but a little bit interesting. Alright, now Meryl, does Meryl have Sap Sipper? I don't think it does. It does not, and it's weak to Razor Leaf, so down goes Meryl. I wonder if she'll have an Azumarill. She could. It'd be pretty powerful for this stage in the game, but nope. Just those two Pokemon. Ah, you're too much. Yeah, so I am glad, one, that we'll have Bullet Seed, and two, that we'll get Leaf Blade at a stage where we can actually use it a decent bit. I've landed the most fish Pokemon in the world. I'm next. I don't know about that. Not sure who's keeping track of something like that. And apparently he only has 3. Well, I guess landed could mean like reeled in as opposed to like caught with a Pokeball, so hard to say for sure, but anyway. I do also like that, I think I mentioned this before, that Electivire in this game can get Wild Charge, which is a physical base power 90 electric attack, so that's really good because Electivire's base attack is 123, and its base special attack is only 95. I say only 95 as if 95 wasn't also still very good, but 123 is a lot better, so I'm really glad we can teach it a physical attack down the road. But we'll keep Electabuzz, which has a higher special attack, with Thunderbolt for the time being. Okay, Intimidate. So not only is our attack lower, but Gyarados is not weak to grass, and it is not going to take super effective damage from any of our attacks. So Razor Leaf it is. It's funny, I really haven't started. I need to start looking at the actual things on screen, but my brain, like, I guess just instinctively from playing all these years of Pokemon, already knows which types are super effective for the most part. There are some I still forget, like Fighting and Bug and some of the weird combinations, but something like this, like automatically can like look down the list and know that none of them are super effective against Gyarados. Plus Gyarados is only weak to Rock and Electric, so easy to remember. Being number 1 in the world doesn't mean a thing. If you were the number 1 trainer, that might mean a thing. I've always had a fondness for Razor Leaf as well because I trained a Victreebel in my very first Pokemon Blue playthrough. Back when I was like 10 or 11 years old. Ooh, do we hit the green button or the yellow button? Or this yellow button? Wonder if it makes a difference. Probably not. Oh, I wonder if I was supposed to hit the other one and then step on that one. I don't know. I'm just going to keep messing around until we figure something out here. Alright, we can go not back in here. We don't have Surf yet. I wonder if you like hacked the game to have Surf, if you could use it to make this gym super easy. That did nothing. Alright, now I'm really confused. How do I even get out of here? We came in some way, didn't we? Maybe that's like a dead end and you're supposed to go out the way you came in? Which was down here, okay. I keep forgetting I can walk in the really shallow water. Alright. Actually, I think we faced all the trainers? Faced that guy? I think we have. And there's a lot of trainers we faced, so presumably this is the last one. Like the raging sea, I crashed down and washed away everything before me. That's just how I roll. It was also really nice having high crit chance moves in the first generation because the mechanics were different. I think it was based on like speed or level or something. So a lot of times, like if your Pokemon used to move like Razor Leaf, it would crit like every single time, which was really, really powerful. It basically made Razor Leaf a like 110 base power move because back then critical hits did twice as much damage and not just 50% more. So nowadays, Razor Leaf is a little bit more balanced than it was back in the Gen 1 days when it was overpowered. And I would definitely keep it if we were playing a Gen 1 game, but because we're playing Gen 8, I will replace it for Bullet Seed. I guess before we face the Gym Leader, just to be super cautious, even though I always like bringing my best to face the Gym Leaders, even though I really don't need to in this game, it seems, but you never know. Maybe he'll have a Gyarados and get a Dragon's Dance up and be like super powerful and start sweeping our team. I will say, like with most games, I usually prefer a really good battle that we win just by a little bit. But I would still prefer that to an easy win, and I prefer an easy win to a loss, or at least to a bad loss. But I guess all losses are bad, right? That wave didn't even wash my hands. I don't know what that means, but okay. Alright, let's go ahead and we will teach Bullet Seed, which we've been holding in our bag for quite a while, to a Pokemon that I've been waiting to teach it to for an equal amount of time. And hey, our power points will be restored. Alright, let me just look at this one more time. More critical hits, but 2 to 5 times, yeah. So Bullet Seed does an average, if you averaged it all out, of 77.5 damage, which is definitely more than 55, even if you took into increased crit chance. Alright, so I'm also going to use some potions just to be sure we're topped off, because that'll be quicker than running to the center. Well, I haven't actually done my berries today. I've been just really busy, went to a holiday party. Where are my potions? There they are. That's right, we're all out of regular potions, but do we have any more lemonades? Did I use all the lemonades too? Okay, we'll use a super potion. Alright, all topped off. And I think I'm going to choose a different Pokemon to start with. How about Tori? That'd be cool. Fight water with water. Like fighting fire with fire. Alright, Tori. Let's see what you can do against a water-type gym leader. Yes, we faced this fisherman before, but we came from a different direction, so... Alright guys, let's do it. Let's face our 4th gym leader, Crasher Wake. Welcome! I don't get challenged very often. It's probably because nobody can get through your gym. The glory you are now beholding is the Pastoria gym leader. That's right, I'm Crasher Wake. My Pokemon were toughened up by stormy white waters. They'll take everything you can throw at them and then pull you under. Victory will be ours. Come on, let's get it done. I think he's supposed to be like one of those Mexican wrestlers. Like, was it lucha wrestlers? Something like that? Like the lucha, I guess. Something like that. And did he have 2 Pokemon or 3? I want to say it's 3 based on memory. And I remember his last one, but I really don't remember the other ones. I was thinking he had a Gyarados, but I wasn't sure about it. Ooh, okay, so this is actually going to give him the advantage because we have started with a physical attacker. He does have 3, okay. And Tori turned back in understanding. Okay, so Tori, he's not intimidated. Oh, this is cool. We do have Rock Tomb. It's been a while since we've used Tori, so I had to remind myself of his moves, or her moves, sorry, Tori. And yeah, even though being is super effective, that Intimidate really made it do a lot less damage. But the good news is Gyarados will be slower, so even though Gyarados was already slower than Tori, Gyarados will now be slower than probably all of our Pokemon. Alright. Wonder if Crasher Wake has any like fresh... That'd be cool if he had fresh waters, but they probably gave him like Hyper Potions or something. Maybe Super Potions. Alright, so Tori took quite a bit of a hit there. Now the question is... Ooh, let's use Ice Beam, because Ice Beam is a special attack. I want to see what it does. Yep, there's the Super Potion. I'm not sure how much HP Gyarados has. Okay, so didn't restore it all the way, but it did a decent bit. So I'm guessing that Ice Beam and Rock Tomb would both not have knocked it out. Okay, well, I don't think 2 Ice Beams will knock it out just because we don't get stabbed, it's not super effective, and Tori's attack stat is higher, but at least it's more accurate than Rock Tomb, and there's always that nice 10% chance for a freeze. Alright, good job, Tori. So that was actually a pretty tough match there. I appreciate that. And Mr. Visk grew a level as well. Hex, I think, does more damage if the opponent has a stats condition. Yeah. I guess I'll get rid of Astonish because Astonish is like only 30 base power. I want to say it used to be like 20 base power or something like really bad like that. But still, that's less than Tackle, so Hex will definitely be preferable. In fact, a 65 base power move isn't bad at this stage in the game at all. Okay, Quagsire. So he does have 3 fully evolved Pokemon. I do like that. Even though their levels are still actually really low. What level was her Lucario? Wasn't it like level 30 or something from the last gym? It seems like he hasn't really gotten any more levels at all. Alright, now this is interesting. Also, it doesn't say whether or not it's effective. Is this like a bug, or is it... I don't know, that's really weird. I'm assuming it's a bug, which is so weird to see, because like this and the watering thing, like Pokemon games don't have bugs. I mean, I guess they do, like, you know, but they're usually not bugs you notice. Usually they're bugs like, oh, you know, Stone Edge doesn't have an increased crit chance even though it's supposed to, or something like that. Alright, let's use Bite and go for the flinch. I don't think that was ever a bug, but there are things like that, especially in Gen 1. But there are always things that nobody like knew about, like the water thing or seeing this. These are really obvious bugs that I feel like should have been noticed in QA/QC testing. But all right, I'm worried to use Aqua Jet because it might have Water Absorb, which would actually heal it. Let's go for Ice Beam. Might get a freeze. This would be a good time to use like U-turn if we had it, but Tori cannot learn U-turn. Okay, critical hit. Wishing to be praised. So that was from our affection mechanic, I think. And a mud shot. Okay, 4 HP. Ooh, and our accuracy's down, right? Yeah. Alright. Oh, don't cry, Tori. I really want to switch because I don't think it's going to matter, but for gym battle, I want to try our very, very hardest. So, just in case, I'll stay in. He's probably going to use another super potion. Yep. Not sure how many he has. If it's like 1 per Pokemon, or does he have just like 2? But yeah, now if we had Ace in here, it wouldn't really matter, but against a fellow water type, definitely gave him an advantage. Hey, Quick Claw, not that we needed that. The more important thing is will Ice Beam hit, and it will. Good job, Tori, hanging in there despite the accuracy drop. Alright, very nice. 2 down, 1 to go. And level 34. Awesome. Hey, that there. That was a good move. Thank you. And look who it is. Floatzel versus Floatzel. Now, it's a shame here that we only have 8 HP left, because otherwise we could probably take down his Floatzel. But I will not blame you for fainting, Tori, because what else can you do? Alright, hey, look, the text is back. So that's really weird how it is there for some Pokemon, but not the brothers. I wonder if maybe Quagsire did have Water Absorb, and its ability messed up the programming somehow. Alright, I'm going to use Bite because the only way we're going to beat this Floatzel without fainting is to get really lucky with some flinches. Maybe some crits too. So, always take the long shot even if it's there. Hey, there's 1 flinch. Alright. We could also get the freeze from Ice Beam, but that's only a 10% chance. And it does less damage because it's not very effective. Oh, Aqua Jet! Oh, 1 HP. Tori toughed it out so you wouldn't feel sad. So I wonder if that was, like, would it have knocked you out anyway? I guess so, otherwise we wouldn't have had the flavor text. So that again is that affection mechanic, which I really need to give my rant about at some point, kind of explain a little bit more about it, but we'll do that when we're facing some regular trainers and have more time. Ooh, Citrus Berry, okay, so that's going to make this even more difficult, and another Aqua Jet. Alright, well you did a great job, Tori. I appreciate all your efforts, and I'm sure you could have beaten him if you had started this matchup at full HP. Alright, let's bring in... would it be mean to bring in Win? Yeah, because he has Aqua Jet, so he'd get that in first and do a lot of damage, even if I could U-turn out. Let's bring in Anna for the Intimidate. And then this should also be a pretty good matchup, I think. Not sure if his Floatzel has Ice Beam as well. It'd be really cool if it did, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. Alright, Fly should be our highest damaging move here. So Fly it is. Now it can miss. 95% accuracy. Ice Fang, okay, that makes more sense, because I think Ice Fang is a level up move, or a move relearner move. And not a TM move. Hey, critical hit, another lucky critical hit, although would that have mattered? I don't know, but with the high levels plus the crit, yeah, definitely not a hard battle. And just like that, Wake is defeated. Ah, it's gone and ended. How will I say this? I want more. I wanted to battle a lot more. Well, you should have had more Pokemon and higher level Pokemon. It seems the Undertow pulled me under, but I had a great time battling with you. You've earned this. Are they stickers? Oh no, it's a badge, even better. Alright, we are halfway there. 4 badges down and 4 to go. That is the Fen badge. You need that Fen badge to use the hidden move Defog from your Poketch. These are a special reward from me in recognition of your team's power. And we got some stickers. Cool, cool. And Team 55. Is that Brine? It used to be Brine. Yep, Brine. It inflicts double the damage on targets with less than half their HP left. Use it to end battles decisively. That's an interesting move, but at the same time, if your opponent has less than half their HP left, you probably don't really need a better move. I think Surf is probably the better choice overall. Alright, so we have a few more minutes here. I wonder if that's enough time to explore the Great Marsh. Maybe we should save that for another episode. Alright, you know what we're going to do, I think? If I can ever get out of this gym, which I might not be able to. Oh, right, I can go down here. No, I came that way, didn't I? Let's try this then. And then over here. Alright, there we go. Oh, Sin, you've beaten the gym leader. So how was it? Did you enjoy your battle against Crasher Wake? Sure, winning is important, but don't forget to have fun too. I think Crasher Wake showed you what I mean by fun. I guess he always likes to be called Crasher Wake instead of just Wake. Certified trainers, Barry and Sin. Once again, our rival beats us to it by a bit. Alright, let's heal up before anything else. Oh, I love Ace here following us. That's really cool. Very happy. You know, it'd be really cool to do one day. I don't know when I could do it, but to do like a let's play of all the evolutions. I would say Let's Go Eevee would be a really cool one, but you can't get. Actually, I think you can't get any of the non-original evolutions or evolutions in that one. So that would not be a good game to do it in. But maybe I'll find a game one day where I train just like 6 of the 8 evolutions, or even I could do all 8 of them and just rotate them out. That could be fun too. Because most of them I either haven't trained or haven't trained in a very long time. Because when I used to play as a kid, a lot of them didn't have good movesets like they do now. But since he was just talking about how important it is to have fun when you battle, I think what I might do is go face some more of these trainers. Oh, hey, berries. Oh, I didn't actually come back here and replant things like I said I would. My bad. Been actually really busy the last 24 hours, but we'll worry about that later. But I think I do want to come here and just do some more battling. I'm not going to worry about that again. We already faced this guy, didn't we? Alright. So we'll do some more battles. Oh, I can't go anywhere over here. And while we do that, I think it's time to give my little bit of a rant. So I'm going to say it this one time, get it out of my system, and you can let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree or feel somewhere in between. But I do want to have fun playing this game, so I don't be complaining the entire time. That is not the right button. I need this button. So many buttons. But I do want to take a minute to complain about, one, the easiness of the game, which I've already complained about on and off a little bit, but mainly the affection system, because yes, they should have adjusted the levels of the enemy based on the experience all, or made the experience all toggleable where you could turn it off, just like set and shift are. I'm not sure what this is for. We already beat you, didn't we? Ace is holding something. Oh, a Pommic Berry. Well found. Yeah, I think we faced her already. Yep. This umbrella lady here. Have we faced you? We have faced you, I believe. Alright, and this is mud, so we can't go in there on a bike. I wonder if there are any trainers over there. Oh, the fisherman, that's right, we came here. And what was this place again? This was like the footprint guy or something? Oh, shards for technical machines. Okay, we don't have many shards yet, so I'll come back there some other time. Let's face these fishermen in the meantime and try out our bullet seed. But, okay, so, you know, overall I could complain about the difficulty of the game. But I think really if they made the affection system and the experience all both toggleable. Like, I'm not saying get rid of them. If there's somebody who likes them, or if somebody finds the game too hard and wants to make it super duper easy mode and, you know, go through it, then hey, you do you, play how you want to. But oh, that's right, we have Toriel. That's fine, we'll use Tori against another Gyarados. A little bit lower level this time though. Now, personally, I think the game's a lot more fun when it's actually like interesting and challenging, and not just, you know, defeat every Pokemon in the game with a single attack, pretty much. But see, there we go. We just dodged a move because Tori is friendly. But to at least have the option to make it a challenge is to not have the option to make it somewhat challenging is just really, really infuriating for somebody like me who wants to train our Pokemon and make them the best they can be, give them good moves, and really have a challenge to put that to. Because it's like, what's the point of... It kind of takes away the purpose of the game. What's the point of training a good team? What's the point of getting levels and worrying about movesets? Why not just use your starter and steamroll everything? Because it's more fun to train a diverse team, but it's more fun because you actually are stronger that way. You should have challenges that you can use to show that strength to and to show your hard work on. And I think we'll have some of those in the end game, which I'm really looking forward to. And we had some at the start of the game when we didn't really have our team, you know, up and running yet. But after the second badge or so, it just gets to be to the point where there's so many mechanics working in your favor. And this is even without me using any in-battle items. This is without me using switch mode instead of set mode. So there's even more advantages which I can turn off, just kind of force myself not to use. But even so, the built-in advantages of the experience all, and which we're kind of working around with the second team, which, you know, I'd prefer not to have to do, but hey, there's pros and cons there. At least we get to train some other Pokemon. But yeah, one thing I cannot turn off is the affection mechanic. And if you guys are not familiar with that, it's basically a mechanic. It started with like the Pokemon and Me thing, which in the olden games you could just not play it and then not worry about it, which was great in like Gen 6. But in the newer games, they did away with Pokemon and Me and instead tied it to friendship. So if you don't want to use it, you basically have to make your Pokemon hate you, which just like RP-wise, I don't want to do. That's what I was going to say too, that like, I feel like if you are playing a game on super easy mode, which is like the only mode available now, the only reason to do that would be because you want to see the story. Like I can totally see somebody wanting to play like a Bioware game like Dragon Age or Mass Effect on like an easy mode, because those games have fantastic stories, or Jade Empire. That's actually one of my more popular Let's Plays. So I can totally see people wanting to play that just for the story and not really have super hard combat, not be dying all the time. But there are a lot of games out there, and I think most people enjoy a challenge. There are a lot of games out there these days that show that people like, in some cases, like a really hard challenge, like the Dark Souls games, which I haven't played, but I understand that the really steep learning curve there is part of the fun. So maybe one day I'll play those, but yeah. And I know you can say Pokemon is a kid's game, but again, I played this as a kid and I had so much fun playing it as a kid because it was a challenge, because it made you think and it made you learn strategies, and it wasn't just a matter of let me just choose a Pokemon and just steamroll everything. And the affection mechanic, I think, is really kind of the worst of that, because in addition to all these other advantages you get, your Pokemon get a ton of really good bonuses. Ooh, close combat, that's a really good move, as you guys know. We'll definitely learn that. Ironically, I thought I would have noticed this, but I guess I didn't notice because it was an evolution move. I kind of wasted Low Sweep. I probably should have taught it to maybe Electabuzz, but because Low Sweep is now going to be replaced by a much better move, Close Combat. I'm going to interrupt my little rant here to say another thing too that seems to make it really powerful is because we're getting all these levels, not only are we getting a higher level, but we're getting more evolutions faster, and we're getting really good moves a lot faster. Like when we're facing level 17 Pokemon, we should not be having endgame 120 base power moves. Like, and there we go, landing a critical hit wanting to be praised, so makes my point there. So what affection does, as you gain different levels or different tiers of affection, you gain different bonuses, like increased critical hit chance. Your Pokemon can survive with 1 HP, I think 1/5 of the time, which doesn't seem like a lot, but apparently it is. You know, it turns out to be a lot in practice. They can dodge attacks 10% of the time. So all of these are advantages that your opponent doesn't get. Like, it would be bad enough if you got it and your opponents got it. But what that says is, one, that apparently every trainer in the game... Oh, and we're evolving. Okay, so... Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and evolve Win, and that's going to be something cool you guys get to see for sticking around and hearing me rant. I feel bad that anybody who skipped to the end of the episode to the next one might not see it, but they can always rewind. They'll realize we had an Infernape in the next one. Ah, there we. I love Infernape. Infernape is so cool. One of my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon. Maybe one of my favorite, maybe top 10 of all Pokemon. Top 15, I'd say. Infernape is very frail, but also fast and with a very high special attack stat, very high attack stat. It can learn lots of good moves. It's just a really cool Pokemon. In fact, let's go ahead and use Infernape just for the last minute or two here, while I continue my venting. And we'll have Win walk with us as well, even though it's raining, but his fire burns brighter than any rain. Very cool. I'll talk more about Infernape. Oh, Infernape wants to lead. Well, go ahead, buddy. You can lead. Or not. Alright, let's face this guy. I'm proud of my Pokemon. Here, I'll show you. So one thing that it says that you get these bonuses from the affection that your enemies do not get, or your opponents do not get, is that every other trainer in the game apparently hates their Pokemon, or their Pokemon hate them. Like, why didn't Wake's Floatzel hang on by 1% for him because it loved him, you know? And also, I mean, I guess it's based more on the anime where it was a little bit more, not sure what the right word is. Let's use Grass Knot. That'll do a lot of damage to a Geodude. And it won't lower our defense like close combat will. Yeah, it was a little more like theme-based, or like, I guess almost like a real like boxing match or something would be, like just having willpower than more mechanics like a video game is. But I feel like bringing that into the games, it just really dilutes the spirit of the games. So yeah, so it would be one thing if your opponents had the same bonus, but I would ideally like to get rid of it, or at least make it toggleable in general, because even if both of you and your opponent had that affection bonus, it's just random. It takes no skill at all, and it's like, why not make every move in the game 100 base power and 70% accuracy, and just, that's it. There's only one move of each type. That's it. You know, you could do that, but it wouldn't be fun because it would be very, very random, or 50% accuracy. Random isn't fun. Like, a little bit of randomness is nice to kind of spice things up, like a, you know, attack can miss and change a battle, and that could be really interesting. See, there we go again. But when, what was I saying there? When there's so much randomness introduced into the game that you have no control over, it's just like, you know, it's like playing a slot machine. A slot machine is not fun to me. Flipping a coin is not fun to me. I want to play a game where strategy and skill have the majority of the effect on whether or not you succeed. And I think that's a good thing, you know, for a game too, especially a kid's game. That, like, obviously luck does play a big role in life and in the game as well, but it shouldn't be to the point where most of the game is based on luck. It should be to the point where skill and hard work also have a bigger role. Maybe it's not always that way in real life, but it should be. And, you know, if we can't change it in real life, it'd be at least nice to change it here in a video game. So that's my rant. Long story short, I really hate this affection mechanic. I wish I could turn it off, but I can't bring, like, the RPer in me can't bring me to feed my Pokemon like bitter foods until they are not liking me anymore. I won't do that. So we'll do one more battle if we can battle him. No, it's because it's daytime. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I think, is I'll just make the most of it. I'll be excited about it from this point forward, because I feel like if I just complain about it, even if I complain inside my head the entire rest of the game, it's going to end up making me really not enjoy this game. And I am enjoying this game despite all these things making it super easy. So I'm going to use Flamethrower anyway. I know the rain is diluting it, but still super effective, still get stabbed. So yeah, that's about all I had to say on it. I really hate the fact that... oh, also one other thing that I don't dislike as much is that you can now access the box everywhere, which, you know, part of me is like, you shouldn't be able to do that. You should have to go to a Pokemon Center to access your boxes. You do it by hitting the Pokemon screen and then switching it. And it is nice, like, in the underground sometimes, so I want to, like, you know, store Pokemon in the box, like rare Pokemon here. Oh, also, I got Mr. Viss in a trade online, which is why I don't have Murkrow. I traded Murkrow for Mr. Viss, which is a Pearl exclusive. And you can always choose, like, I'm going to choose not to use that. I might use, like, off-screen when I'm doing, like, you know, underground stuff or something that doesn't really matter. But for, like, the Pokemon League or in a gym or just anything when I'm on screen advancing the game, I won't be, like, switching out our team in the middle of the episode, because that's also something that would make it easier. But at least you have the option not to use that, so I don't mind that as much. But yeah, I really hope in future Pokemon games they make them a little bit more challenging, or at least add a hard mode like I think it was Black 2 had, or do some things that people like me, who I honestly think are the majority of people who want to have a game that's at least a little bit challenging, where every battle isn't a cakewalk. At least have that option to play it, because I can tell you for one thing, I'm enjoying this game a lot, but I would be enjoying it. I would just love it if it was also a challenge on top of all the other cool graphics and the cool Pokemon and all the other neat advances they made. I love the Switch. I love playing this on my big computer screen. There's a lot of things here that are really well done and really nice, but the difficulty setting is just not one of them. So luckily in my next couple Let's Plays, we'll be doing some of the older games, Gen 5 and Gen 6, it had some of that too, but at least you could avoid a little more there. And yeah, I guess all I can say is I'm still going to do my best to enjoy the Pokemon games and the Pokemon Let's Plays. I'm sure I will enjoy them, and they should be fun. But in the end, if they don't find ways to reintroduce some challenge, or at least the option of a challenge into the series, I'm really worried I won't enjoy the games as much as like Heart Gold, which is one of my favorite Let's Plays, probably my favorite Let's Play I've ever done, because I trained a really fun team and I had some really fun challenging battles with that team where like they just barely pulled through by the skin of their teeth. There were some really good ones near the end of that Let's Play, and throughout the Let's Play too. We even lost once or twice and had to do some rematches, which I love. So yeah, if you like watching a challenge, definitely check that one out. But I am hoping that by the end of this game, we face the Pokemon League and some of the post-game. I've heard that those are actually really challenging, so I'm looking forward to that. But alright, that's enough ranting, enough complaining for one day. Thank you all for listening to that, and from here on out, I will do the best I can to enjoy it, and enjoy even the little flavor text and the Pokemon affection mechanic. But yeah, sorry to end on a bit of a low note, but I need to get that out and get that said, and now we can move on to happier and brighter things. So I think when we come back, we will head to the Great Marsh and see what Team Galactic is up to there, and then advance the main plot. So thank you all for watching, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all later.